you will see a man and a woman, they are not married, they've not even paid bride price.
I know it exists. I know,
so
but it is not. I know it exists, but it is not something that is allowed. People are just doing it. No, sis. Apart from religion, now when you want to declare your marital status, what we have back from where is either you're married or single. So in that category, what would you?
No, that one doesn't mean anything.
But when you're filling a form, what would that person speak?
Hold on now.
You're single.
So let me Christian religion. It is not allowed. Cohabiting is not allowed.
Join us on Open Table.
Open Table.
Izo, at the beginning, you made mention of a topic about single people trying to date someone that has a permanent status in their country, like trying to purposely target dating that kind of people for a particular reason. Like, can you talk more on that?
Well, so it has two prongs, and I'm looking at this thing now, putting myself in the shoe of a young person in the country, maybe it's an international student. Now, if my intention is to stay on in the country and I find this young guy that ticks all the boxes for me as per what I want in a guy, I want to know that this person will not up and leave after the school year. I want to know, is he also a student? Is he also on student visa like myself? Especially the person is from a different climate. So that can be a limiting factor. So that's one prong. And then there's the others that deliberately use it as a means to an end to get permanent status. So they are looking out for those that, if it's in the US that has a green card, or maybe in Canada that has your international passport and your Canadian citizenship, or in the UK has what they call it,
leave to remain.
So they want something that will help them put their feet solid on the ground.
So is that a good thing?
No, there are a lot of people actually.
It's wrong, though.
Well, there's a lot of survival instinct among our young people. You might not fault them, but if that is the real intention of using somebody, because some people are users, so they are actually intentionally looking out for somebody that has a stay in a particular country just because they too want to have a stay. Because they are not in that country on a temporary visa, and they are looking for, they don't know any other means of getting a permanent stay in that country. And because of that, you now start shadowing either a lady or a boy to date because you want. So you're not looking at for that person because of his behavior or character or virtue. And you are looking, please, I want someone that has a status. And this person, it might not be a bad reason. Anybody I want to date, I would love the person to have status. But even if you see that this person is not compatible with me, but you are enjoying that person just because you have an intention that, well, let me get my status and I dump this person, then that is a very bad behavior,
In some, especially in America, that is business. Yes, people do it that from the jump, they know that, okay, we are not entering this relationship because of love or marriage. We're entering it solely for the reason of me transferring some kind of...
You want to break this table.
It's true now. They do it and then... Yes. So, this is where I come off sounding weird. I would rather, if that was the intent is said from the beginning, than the person that comes under the guise of I love you, but is doing it
hanky-panky
to get it.
To get you for paper purpose. Because unfortunately, the problem is this. Sometimes you want to get into a relationship and your hope is, I'd love to stay in this country. I would pray and I hope the person will have a permanent status. So probably at that time, as a man or a lady, you are actually sieving your suitors or, the persons that are approaching you for a date or relationship. And you want that person to be somebody that has a status. Now, the bad part, like I said before, was that if at the end of getting your aim, your goal, you now break the person's heart because you have achieved your aim. It's that would be you just ended up being a user, or duping the person. In fact, that's fraud. Because that's is it relationship fraud or whatever?
Every form of fraud
is a big contract from the beginning. So I'm getting into this. This is the end goal, so I don't invest my heart into it.
Or even it's not hard. It's not difficult if if you love the person and coincidentally the person also has a status, and you actually come up and like, oh, I love you. Oh, do you think I want to have a relationship with you? And I also love you to help me get a stay and everything. Although it might come off like, oh, you're approaching me because you want to stay. It's really a very dicey and difficult thing to be able to decipher who is actually trying to use you for your status in that country or who is being genuine. I feel that maybe the guy, particularly most times, is the guys that tend to fall culprit. From a lady, it might be difficult to know if the lady is using you for your paper because you approached her in many cases. So, you know, but some other time is the guy that is doing the approach. And when he speaks to you or he toasts you or reach out to you, it's difficult for the lady to be able to know, are you here for my papers or not? And some guys might, if they are very good and slick, they'll come off as if, oh, I'm not after you for your papers, but that is not the truth.
Yeah.
I feel that it's a test of time.
Yeah.
I want to just say, I would advise ladies that might be confused because we have a couple of single ladies watching our videos. And if you feel that you are suspicious or this kind of a thing, don't let anybody rush you into marriage, into signing those dotted lines, because I feel if pressure will be a red flag. If one of the signs you should look out for, if the guy is pushing you and making you look like, oh, when are we signing the line? I want to marry you now. Try and give space, because when you give time, it will either shake to discover if the person
is authentic.
Yes, except if you are on your own, really also willing to oh, I don't mind. I'm so much in love with this person. Even if our relationship is just going to end for 2 years, I don't care. I'm going to marry him and let him stay just so that we can be together for how long or short we will be. Fine. Please go ahead, because that means it's now mutual. But not the other way around. Yeah.
So just to buttress this point, I don't know if you will remember this video because it was viral at one point. 30-Day Fiancé.
Oh,
there was that guy, and I think Angela was the
Angela and Michael.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So you see how over the years it played out. At the end of the day, he has a status now, and I don't think they're still married.
Oh,
so
no.
Would you say he came for the paper or he came for
I watched that movie from the beginning. I still follow them till about now. Initially, that was the idea or thinking. But you see, the truth is, Angela deserved everything she got because she was so toxic. I'm sorry to use that word, horrible. She was a horrible person. So whatever Michael did had to leave the relationship. Was not his fault. It was not his doing. He ultimately got the issue. The matter is in court though, because he's suing him for using her and everything. But I don't think she can win that, because it's not like she showed him love and he picked up his bag and left her. She was, even right from the beginning of the relationship, back even when they were. I
remember the wedding, when they were vows, when they said to love and obey, and she said, obey what? Obey who? That was like, I was like, this is going to be a
he might have started in that intention. I don't know, because I don't know his intentions. That's the idea people might get. However, she also played a major role in him running for his life early. So going back to the issue of the challenges people have in dating, these people going looking for status, I think that is one of the major challenges that some of the maybe young ladies in diaspora are having, because they have a lot of failed relationships where they would think this guy is here for the right reasons. Then somewhere down the line, they realize that it was because of stay and they had to break up, you know, not because they are not even incompatible or things like that. And so what is now how can
advice,
they be helped?
What advice?
What solution? Because ladies are going into their mid-30s, not because they want to be. For some, maybe that is they are not really finicky about marriage, like we all said. They might just become, like we said, marriage is not the ultimate. It's good to be married, but if you are not, don't
if it's not coming, don't feel bad about
go on with your life, live your life. But there are some that are feeling so low, they are not happy, they want to find real love, they are looking for a home they want to call their own. But these are all the challenges they face, either not meeting the right person, maybe they are not going to the right places. What kind of locations can we find love?
dating app. Is it?
Online,
Yeah,
online dating. We have so many of
It could
them.
be your place of work. It can
Your school.
your school. Then it can even be someone introducing their friends or their colleague or
Like,
their family member
yeah.
to you. Like, be open to people introducing single partner to you.
Yeah.
And I think another advice I would want to give is be open-minded. So, single people has this look beyond the skin color. As long as, for me, as long as the values of that person, the behavior, your understanding aligns, then look beyond color. Don't just be open-minded. So look beyond, oh, I can't date someone that is not from my country. If your parents, if your family member are also open to that, but you can always talk to them about, just look for someone, give it a try. Like, don't entirely block your mind about dating someone that is not from your country.
Socialize. Young
Yeah,
people should
social,
socialize. Don't do shift and hustle that you don't have time too much. You have to be intentional too. You have to be intentional. Like when we're even young, even though we're not in the diaspora, I was back in my home country. It was still a thing. You have to socialize. You have to find yourself in the right places.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to where young single people are, attend. I'm not saying you should go to some untoward places. If you are a party goer or a club person, go to club or look for the right people at clubs. Don't go with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Don't go with the crowd that will lead you astray if that's not your thing. But if you have a good, like Okiki said, if it is a person that has the right principle with you, right lifestyle with you,
Give it a try.
give it a try. You also meet people in your churches, in the mosque, in your religious ground. You can make them in the temple. You know, anywhere you can reach out as a lady, just be friendly and smile.
Viewers, what do you think? Where do you think you people, because we don't want to come across as we are the bank of knowledge, we have it all. We would like to hear from you. Where would be possible places that singles can go and find love? What's your take on this topic? Do you think that these challenges are worth it, or there are other challenges that we didn't even talk about? Put it in the comments and we'll definitely reach back to you.
So ladies, what are your final words? Your take-home words for viewers?
Okay, for me, I will say that please, let's be open-minded. There's love out there. Love is a beautiful thing. There are a lot of people that are looking up to you and looking out for you. And we are also looking out for you, that you will meet that person that is your own person. Yeah. So if you're out there finding love, it might even be in the comments. Somebody will be there spotting you to see if you're single. So if you're single here, you're looking for love, just leave a lovely comment there, and I'm sure somebody will hook up to you.
Intentional, be vigilant, don't look at love with colored rim glasses. Ask the right questions and do your own personal research so that when you give your heart out, it doesn't get smashed or used as a means to an end. So just take care out there.
Yeah. Okay, I would say be bold. Take that first step. Talk to that guy. As ladies, and now I'm referring to our ladies. Don't limit yourself. Ask the guy out on a date. I'm not saying, oh, approach the person, but talk to the person. Let the guy just show some. There's a way you can always show that sign to show that, oh, I think I'm into you. I like you. And you never can tell. It can start from there. So thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
All the best.